Everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 88. My name is Tanya. Well, please like on the way in. Gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into you. Flip the roles as you see fit. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And I'm putting a little smoke on the subject. And we got plenty of smoke here, man. But when there's smoke, there's fire. Ooh, boy. All right, let's call in spirit. Let's get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective. One that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel. Protect my beautiful collective. Amen. Well, this thing didn't last long. It's a brand new stick, too. It is what it is. All right, so let's do some cleansing, some clearing. Focus your intentions. Sunlight stick. Okay. The usual suspects. Black obsidian. For those who are interested in the different crystals that I use, this is rose quartz. Beautiful. Set your intentions for those that you love. Opens your heart. Healing too, right? Heals your heart. Somebody needs that healing because you've been through it, right? This is a master manifester. Manifest whatever it is that you're dreaming of today. This is going to help you manifest. Excellent, excellent. All right, so we got to clear the energy here. We've cleared it with the selenite sticks. We've also used the protection. We got black tourmaline as well. Use that. Black tourmaline. Set your intentions, my friend. Protect my collective. And then bang the gong, which I didn't do yesterday. We'll do it today. If you have any aversion to this sound, it could be loud. Please lower your volume. And I'm going to bang it in 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, that wasn't great. Do it again. It's like if first you don't succeed, try again. Somebody might be saying that to themselves in a situation. Somebody is giving something another chance or wants another chance in a situation is what I'm hearing. They didn't do it right the first time. They feel like they could get it right if given another chance. They want you to open up your heart to an offer is what I'm hearing, because you're like very guarded against this person. You feel like they're not capable of changing, and you don't want to give them another chance. And look, see how it's like it's not fitting. It's not working. Things today, I'm trying to do stuff, and it's like obstacles. Look at this. It just doesn't fit. It's like things aren't in sync is what I'm hearing. And you recognize that. And you don't want to get burned again. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You feel like there's a whole lot of smoke in this connection. Smoke and mirrors. Where you assume something about a person and now you're being enlightened, like the fog is lifted and you see this person for who they are. But they're still trying to, I don't know about rizzing you, but they're still trying to make you see them in a different way. Spirit, come through. But you feel like, I know this person. There's nothing that they can say that's going to change my mind about them. Sunk cost fallacy. Stays in a situation that no longer beneficial, not admitting it's over. There you go. Hold on tight for nothing. So if you felt like that for a long time, you were holding on to a connection and you weren't getting any equal reciprocity. You were pouring into a person and all they were doing was taking from you. And there was like this expectation, give me more. It was pouring into an empty vessel is what I'm hearing. Yep. Gap years. Taking a break. Rest period. So you're in separation from this person. Could be for more than a year. Maybe a couple of years. Okay. Give me some more on this separation, spirit. Yeah, I feel like you invested everything you had and you just don't have any more to give. And this person's still trying. Unseen burdens, carrying emotional weight that goes unnoticed by others, pressures, feeling the weight of the world. Maybe people didn't see your side of the situation. Maybe the other person, you know how they have the saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Maybe the other person was more telling their version of it, and you stayed quiet because you didn't feel like you had to justify yourself to people, and you don't have to. You're right. But this person's side of it is the only version that is out there. And so people are taking sides, and they're taking that person's side over yours. Not that you care, I'm just saying, because you probably don't give a shit, which you shouldn't. Yeah. But this is like the elephant. I don't know why I grabbed it. It never forgets. You're not going to forget what this person did, and the universe doesn't want you to. Not that they want you to hold a grudge, because forgiveness is for you more than it is for the other person. But maybe you're not at that point yet, and nobody can tell you when that point is, really. But forgiveness is really so you can move forward and not stay blocked. But you're not forgetting what this person did. Private photos, secrets being hidden. Yeah, so something they're not telling you. They have photographs or pictures or something on their phone they don't want you to see. Not that you need receipts, because you already know what this person's about. I feel like it's like maybe this is confirmation of what you already know. Hitting it out of the park, grand slam, success. You're going to have success, but not without going through another trial with this person, unfortunately, because it's saying public confrontation, openly addressing or confronting issues publicly. So this person could be putting it out there on social media. The aversion, like you cheated on them or you left them, holding the bag, and making people take sides, like feel sorry for them, is what I'm hearing. They want to play victim. And so in order for them to play victim, somebody else has to play the villain, and that's you in this story. They want you to be the villain in this scenario. They did everything they could, and because they know you are not one to publicly like state your business, you might be a more private person. Their version is the only version that's out there. Not that like I said, you don't have to justify yourself to people. I'm just telling you what's going on. I'm reading energy. So they're publicly and maybe subtly, not necessarily, my wife, my husband screwed me over, they cheated on, not like that, but like, you know how they have memes, they have quotes, putting it out there like that. They change their like social status to from married to, or in a commitment to like single, you know, that type of thing. So, you know, like subtly telling people without having to say it. And then with their quotes, so they're like stuff like that, I'm going to be fine, I'm doing well, I don't, you know, that type of thing. They're actually setting it up where people are like getting the point without getting the point. They don't have to go out there and say everything publicly, but they're publicly saying it passive aggressively. 3 cards here, please, Spirit, about this subject, please. Yep. A firm foundation. A firm foundation starts within. Know who you are. You don't have to explain yourself to people. You're not looking for public validation like they are. You know what happened. You don't have to enlighten people. You have a light about you. And in numerology, 19 add 9 to 1 is 10. So that's the completion here. Your light is shining so brightly that it's going to speak volumes without having to say anything, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You don't have to defend yourself to these people, to anybody. Passion ignited is in the reverse. It could very well be that you don't want another relationship right now, or you're not in a relationship right now, or you just feel like so burnt from this person, burnt out, that you don't have a passion for anything. Maybe you're just sitting around crying, or sitting around just like not even wanting to deal with people anymore because of what this person did to you. Yeah. I mean, and it's a mourning period too, right? This person's going around playing the victim. Maybe you lost friends. their side of the family no longer contacts you or talks to you. There's a whole lot of gossip going around that, everybody thinks they know the whole story. Maybe they feel like they're hitting the home run and they're going to win in the end. They got evidence of you and what you've done, and they're confronting you publicly in a passive-aggressive way. The Spirit's saying, sit back. You have a firm foundation on the truth. You have a light that's going to shine the truth without having to go out there and publicly defend yourself. You may feel a little shitty right now, that's true, because of what you've gone through, but you will come back from this. So have faith. Things are going to work out. Confirmation. The racing car. The situation, the truth is racing towards its finality, actually. So people are this person's exposing themselves, really insecure. Their feelings are out there. And people are going to see that they're bitter. That's what it's all about. They're just being bitter. Okay? So what do we have here? 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. 10 of Pentacles. There's money to be had here. You're going to be awarded money, or you're going to work for your money. You're going to have a windfall of some sort. Yeah, but there's the unknown there, right? Going in the woods, not knowing, the darkness, going forward by yourself. But with that is going to be successful. The Hierophant. You could have been in a traditional relationship, but there could also be introspection with the Hierophant, and you're learning something. Learning something about yourself, learning something about a connection that you put so much time and effort into, or maybe even the institution of marriage, or the institution of the 3D world. Maybe you're learning about it's a lot different than what you thought it was. Because when we are programmed, as often we are, when we're raised a certain way to the social norms, the social conformities of this world, and everything has a status. Marriage has a status. Climbing the corporate ladder has a status. And that's like the end-all be-all in this 3D world that we live in. Having things, material things, having a marriage, having a family. This is all stuff having a home. This is all things that is considered success. But you're learning that there's more to success than just a title, a home, or money in the bank. Chariot's moving in a forward direction for you. And I feel like it's not just moving in a forward direction in a sense of it's a planning too. Right now, maybe you're not moving because you're feeling it. The passion isn't ignited anymore in you. And I don't think you have passion for this person anymore. Your mind has changed about this marriage, is what this is saying. It's not about the money and the success that you built up together anymore. It's about being happy and peace, having peace in your life, and not being controlled by another person. So that's where the planning stages of the Chariot begins, is in the mind as to where you want to go. Do you want the Chariot to stay there and anchor, or do you want to lift that anchor up and move somewhere? And I feel like that's what you were manifesting, a move, a change. Whether you were saying it out loud to the universe or you were saying it inward. Because I feel like it really started with you inside, not being satisfied with the status quo. Just having the home, the money, the family. It was like something was missing. You were missing in this scenario. Where was your needs being met? You were meeting everybody else's expectations where yours was being just forgotten. Yeah. Yeah, there he goes, right here. Eight of Swords. And when I Libra Aquarius, you were just sitting there, stuck, not moving left and not moving right. Bound by expectations, conformity, bound by social norms, being that parent, being that wife, or husband, doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you were told you were supposed to do, what you were told was going to bring you happiness. It didn't. Didn't bring you fulfillment. Not that you're not happy with your children, not happy that you had kids or that you had a family, that you had a home. You were grateful for those things. But there was something missing, and it was you. There was no needs there being met for you. Nobody was giving to you at all. You were just being drained. Basically. And that got old real fast. The Magician, there you go. So there's where the manifestation comes. And that's where victory comes. Victory is recognizing where is you in this equation. You're going to have victory because you invest in yourself. You no longer are trapped in the confines of whatever life that you created that didn't satisfy you and wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Maybe you had this expectation that this was the end all be all, getting married, having a family. Maybe your parent told you that. Maybe that was a generational curse for some. That's all there is in life. You should be grateful, and not that you shouldn't be grateful for anything that you have in life, obviously. But when a key part of yourself is empty because of pouring into so much of somebody else or situations, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because how can you give when you don't have anything left? And that's where we're at right here in this scenario. You don't have anything left to give. That's why there's like the passion's gone. You just don't want to do anything. You had ideas. We all do. What do we want to be when we grow up? But you didn't fulfill them. Yeah. You didn't. You let them go and sacrificed for somebody else, poured into somebody else. Yeah. Nine of Cups. So inevitably, there was an ending. Not because pouring into somebody else gives an ending, but it was almost as if in this situation, it's not just about the ending of a marriage or an ending of a commitment, an ending of whatever this life. It was an ending of you and your dreams. That's how I'm taking this. You poured so much, gave so much in this new beginning with somebody else that you lost yourself. You didn't fill any cups for yourself, and that person certainly didn't. They were so happy that you kept overflowing your feelings, your time, your energy, and effort into them. They didn't even think about you. They were thinking about how wonderful they feel getting that type of attention, time, attention, and energy. So there was a death of you more than there was a death of a connection. It was like you lost yourself for a long time. What else, Spirit, do you want known here? Not that you don't already know this. You're a loving person. Queen of Cups is here. And the Queen of Cups does pour. Look at the cup. Pours, pour some more into everybody. But the point of it is, where are you getting fulfilled? Five of Wands. You've got a lot of conflict, a lot of stress and strife. You're up against a lot of individuals with their expectations and wants and needs. But what about yours? It's like you closed your eyes to your own dreams. The world is here. Yeah. You had dreams. Maybe creativity, something to contribute to the world. You had a dream, man, but you lost it for a long time. And success is giving something up. And you felt like this is success. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And maybe people told you that. Gave up your dreams for this life that you traded instead. Not that I'm not saying that you should be unhappy, leave a family, nothing like that. I'm not downgrading. I'm not advocating singleness over marriage, divorce over, any other, marriage, divorce over marriage. I'm not doing that. I'm not downplaying marriage, family, any of it. I'm reading energy. So if you're taking that the wrong way, then that's on you. Two of Cups. You wanted happiness. You still want happiness. You're a strong person. You've gone through an awful lot to get to that point. The 8, near completion. You've carried the load of a family for so long. You've carried the weight of this family. Your eyes closed. You did it willingly, because you are strong. But you're breaking inside. The weight it's taking a toll on your physical health, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles is here. You're moving away. And I feel like it started energetically. You're moving away from just giving a shit about the money, the status. You're moving away. You're working towards something else. The Star. Your wish fulfillment. Yeah. You're not going to pour into empty cups anymore. No. Even if you have to give it all up, you're willing to do that to be happy, to have peace in your life. King of Swords. You're kind of balanced here, and you're telling yourself a truth. Affirmation. You're telling yourself a truth. You're no longer blinded to the reality of the situation you're in. Yep, you're going to follow your own true north. You're going to start something new, maybe a business, an adventure, and at a business adventure, something like that. You're the Empress. You have what it takes to be successful. You're the Queen of the deck. You've had to go through so much to be a king, to be a queen. But you had to be truthful and honest with yourself. 10 of Cups, you're going to have happiness. You're going to stop pouring into yourself, self-love. That's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting, even if I don't find a person, I find contentment and happiness and peace within myself. That's what you're doing. And that's why Spirit's opening the door for that manifestation to happen. But you have to be willing to walk through it, regardless of what the society says, regardless of what this person says. You're pouring into yourself now, and they're saying you're selfish, and all you want to do is find somebody else. They're accusing you, kissing and telling about your situation. They're being very disloyal and backstabbing, telling everybody your business. But move ahead anyways, regardless. That's on them, and they're the ones that are going to be dealing with the karmic backlash of that disloyalty. They're bitter, and that's why they're doing that. You'll want to find your soul's purpose, and it's just not in the situation that you were in. It's not about this person so much as it is finding yourself. They're taking it personal, but it really isn't about them. Shared ancestry, discovering roots that bind you to others. You're like a soul tribe. That's what you're going to find on this journey, your soul tribe. People that have like ideas or like-minded. Maybe this person was, made fun of your dreams, made fun of your gifts, made fun of anything that you wanted to do. Like they tried to block it. But you're going to get unexpected blessings, and you're going to get acceptance in places from people in places where you don't expect. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Yeah. People are supporting you behind the scenes. People know that you're a person. It could be even their own family members that know the reason why, that the reason it ended. They're hard. They're hardcore people. They're a hardcore person to live with. They're a selfish person, maybe spoiled and entitled, and they feel like they have that right to be that way because they've always been spoiled and coddled, but not like from somebody like you, Queen of Cups. But because they always had you in that role, they took advantage of it. So now they're bitter about it because you're moving on. Because they know that if you gave that kind of time, effort, and attention to somebody else, they know that that person would never leave your side. They would show a loyalty that they weren't capable of. Yep, you're getting support from others, like an acknowledgement behind the scenes, whether you know it or not. People are supporting you in your decision to leave this person. Yeah, follow your dreams, man. Yep, you're like mixing it up. People aren't like quite sure what the hell you're doing because you're doing all kinds of stuff. You're all over the place. But you're finding yourself, you're finding your mojo, you're finding your reason to live, you're finding your happiness. Where you were stunted and blocked for a long time, maybe even your creativity, because of another person's inability to give anything, immaturity, selfishness, utter selfishness. But you're pouring love into yourself where you couldn't get it in another person. That's what we have to do sometimes. When we don't find it out there in the world, we have to go within. We got to be our own hero. Love ourselves. To not accept the bare minimum, to not accept somebody's crumbs or disrespect even. This person may have laughed at your dreams, may have minimized your intelligence. Don't you make that mistake. Don't minimize your intelligence. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you have a lot of responsibilities that you've been juggling for a long time. Very responsible individual, very head over heart, trying not to allow any of your emotions to get in the way because you had a job to do, taking care of your family. You loved your family. You love your family. That's not the point. You've got to love yourself too. There's a whole person inside there that has dreams. It's not just about your child or your children. They're looking at you as an example. If all you do is stay stuck and miserable and negative about life and don't follow any path or dreams, what happens when they leave? What are you going to have then? Because kids move on with their lives. That's part of life. You raise them and they move forward. What are you going to have to show for your life? You poured into them. Now they're moving on to live their dream. You can't sometimes be a full-time, you're not going to be a part of that full-time. So you need to recognize there's still dreams yet for you to fulfill. Your life isn't over yet. You're the Empress. You're recognizing that double confirmation of Empress. Have you Queen of the deck, but you have to go through stuff in life to get to that status, to get to that point in life. Recognize how far you've come. Start living for you. Start living your dreams and not worrying about what other people think. If you learn nothing from this card reading, if you learn nothing from this conversation, learn that love starts inside. It's an inside job. And you've gotten to the point where you're smart enough and you're intelligent enough and you're old enough to recognize that. You're not stuck. Maybe you've had inner turmoil, been stressed out about making the choice, but you've already made it energetically to move away from this person. It's just a matter of walking out the door, some of you. For some of you, you made the choice and you feel guilty about it because, you know, the world is giving something up. Now there's custody situations for some of you. Now you have to share custody and they're going, you know, it affects the children. Of course it does. But it affects the children more when you're living in a connection where your soul is just completely drained and you don't have anything to offer. How negative is that to a family unit, right? You've got to love yourself because you can't teach a person to love if you're not even respecting yourself and your wishes. Queen of Wands. You're a beautiful person. Maybe you're a very matter-of-fact kind of person too. You tell it like it is. Maybe that's been a person of yours tried to block that for a long time. Didn't want to hear it, you know. Too bad. That's not, you know, your problem, somebody else's disappointments in life. Where they, you know, if they're not happy in their life. Sometimes you got to be honest, even if it hurts. But you felt like you were walking on eggshells with this person that you were with. Like if you said something, it would start a fight. And then you look like the bad guy yet again. They were always throwing you under the bus to other people. Ten of Pentacles, you're going to find there's money, unexpected money that's happening here, whether it's a job, a promotion, something that you're going to move forward with that's going to help you financially. Good for you. I don't believe it's going to be the lottery, but I believe it's going to be something where you're going to be okay in life. Ten of Cups is in the reverse. You're not focused on love right now. You're worried about your children. You're worried about a lot of things. You're juggling and anxiety. How am I going to pay my rent? I think this is why Spirit's saying the Ten of Pentacles is here. Whether you see it or not, past, present, and future energy is always at play. You're going to be okay. Just keep saying that in the mirror every day. You're going to be okay. Your sacrifice was not in vain. Okay? You may have had to give up a lifestyle. You had to give up a title. You had to give up a lot of things to be free. But you're going to be okay. The Chariot. And that's another confirmation the Chariot's here. Whether you're planning on leaving or whether you already have, you're going to go forward in life. And you're going to be fine. The World is here again. Wow. Success. A legacy. Fulfillment. It might not be in a relationship, but it's going to be within your life or whatever project you're working on, or whatever idea you have. It's going to be successful. Excuse me. There's a lot of smoke here. Choking me out, man. All right, a few more cards and we'll be done. But you're feeling guilty, and that's understandable, but that should not keep you from doing what you're supposed to do, which is go on with your life and be happy. Spirit, any other cards for this person? What's this here? 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're going to let go? Gotta let go because this person was deceptive. 7 of Swords. Maybe you didn't know how bad it was, but they didn't give you justice. They were very dishonest. Injustice is in the background. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Block their emotions. Disconnected from you. You know, all these repressed feelings. Problems in your relationship. Be honest. You had conflict, even competition this person put you in. 5 of Wands. They're very immature energy. Yeah. Exploring all over the place, like an immature energy. Page of Swords. But you were a dedicated, diligent, hardworking person, and you're improving every single day. Be grateful for that you have the ability still to do that, to learn, to grow. You're going to be fine. It's not easy, we know, but in the end, you did the right thing. 5 of Swords, yeah. This person manipulated you, and they were very dishonest. They were only caring about themselves. Yep. They celebrated too soon. 4 of Wands. And they're celebrating off of your back. Telling people certain things, partying, hanging out with their friends. Lord. Yep. 9 of Wands. You know, maturity. You're a lot more mature than this person. You had to endure an awful lot under this person. The Moon. It was an illusion. You had a lot of fear of walking away from this person. And I feel like a lot of it was from them making you feel that way. But you're going to have an opportunity. 4 of Cups. I think after you think about it, you've been manifesting it, double confirmation of that, and the Tower is going to come down on this situation. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. You're going to recover and you're going to get support in unexpected places. Ace of Swords. You're going to get a breakthrough, and also the truth is going to be revealed about what this person was in your life. This person was a lesson. They were not supposed to be the end-all be-all till the end of time. This was something, this was a lesson, a hard lesson you needed to learn in order for you to grow and love yourself. Let me get a prayer card. I was going to get a card of what they would say to you, but well, maybe I will, because I never usually do these cards. I'll do a prayer card and what they would say to you. The hidden truth. Spirit, give me a couple cards about the hidden truth. What this person would say to my viewer. And please like and subscribe if you have a chance. Press on that notification bell. It helps to get the message out. And I appreciate the energy exchange. Thank you for that. I look for you everywhere. And I feel like, to be honest, they're looking for you in everyone. Trying to find you in other people. Yeah. They know that they screwed up. The timing just wasn't right for us. Yeah, it's true. And timing is everything, right? Divine timing. You've known this person for a long time. You might have been very young when you met this person. Spirit. Why does everything gotta land on a bloody floor? Finding out the truth crushed me. And I feel like that's you. Finding out the truth that this person wasn't loyal and this person wasn't all about your relationship. Here, look at it, it says, you and me were too young. There you go. Any other cards, Spirit, before we end it with this deck? Thank you. It's I'm so attracted to you, but it's in the reverse. So, I mean, they liked you. I'm not saying they never were attracted to you, but they liked you for what you could do for them. And I am not available. And they're not. It could have many different diagnoses, but I'm not going to diagnose them because I'm not an expert in any of this. But this person put you through it. It was a manipulative energy. They are very selfish and caring about themselves. They're not available. And I feel like after a while, you got the message of that, of being the Empress. You manifested somebody that would be. And right now, maybe you're not in a connection with anybody, but I feel like once you heal and you're ready and you want that, you'll manifest that. Right now, I feel like you're manifesting a change. You're manifesting like a new project or something you want to work on. And you're manifesting peace. Peace is what I'm hearing. Look, came right out. Like, that's it. When they cry out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. Exodus 22:27. Spirit's hearing your cries. The doorway is open. And if it's not right this second that you can't see a way out, you will see one soon. You are highly thought of by the people that matter in your life. But you were lost for a long time. But just know today, your cries, your tears, they were heard. Your prayers, they were heard. Start loving yourself today, please. Start caring about yourself again. Follow your dreams. Confirmation. You're going to be successful. You're going to be happy. But that is an inside job that starts within, starts with you. And let it start today. Thank you so much for joining me on the Empress Series 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I would love to have you. Till next time, be safe out there, my friends. Be blessed.